As we know, in a vehicle, four-wheeled vehicle, to transmit the power from the engine to the rear wheels or the driving wheels, we are using a transmission system. The transmission system includes the clutch. First component of the transmission system is the clutch, and second component is the gearbox, then propeller shaft, then it is transmitted to the rear axle, then to the rear driving wheels. In this case, to transmit the power from engine to the clutch, these two shafts, that is the driving and dual shaft, they are parallel to each other, that is, they are in the same plane, then we are using a clutch. That is, because of friction between the clutch plate and the flywheel, the power is transmitted from engine to the clutch. Again, from clutch, it is transmitted to the gearbox input shaft, then the gearbox input shaft and the gearbox output shaft, they are in the same plane. Then here, again, to vary the gear ratio in the gearbox, we are using the counter shaft. Counter shaft is parallel to the main shaft. Whenever the two members, that is the driving and driven members, are parallel to each other, we are using a gear to transmit the power between the driving and driven member. And again, in the gearbox, we are using both the types of gears, that is even spark as well as helical gears, both are used. And again, the power is transferred from engine through clutch, then gearbox to the output shaft. And here, for example, if the speed of the engine is 1000 rpm, clutch shaft speed is also same 1000 rpm, that is in turn, the gearbox input shaft is also 1000, but the gearbox output shaft speed is depends on the gear ratio which we selecting. It may be first gear, second gear, etc. But when the gear ratio is in top gear, then the gearbox input shaft and the output shaft speed is same, that is the ratio is 1:1 or the top gear. Then after that, the power is transmitted to the rear axle, and here the propeller shaft and the rear axle, they are perpendicular to each other. Whenever we want to transmit the power from the two members, that the driving to the driven member, when they are perpendicular, then normally we are using pinion, that is dual pinion and the crown wheel. And here in this, whenever the shafts are perpendicular, we are using dual pinion and crown. But if we use dual pinion and crown, here in between these two, there is a permanent reduction in speed between the driving and driven member. For that, here we are selecting a dual pinion. It may have 5 teeth. Then we are having the crown wheel. It may be having 30 to 40 teeth. Then there is a constant reduction in speed between the driving and driven member. In light motor vehicle, it may be around 5:1. In heavy vehicle, the speed ratio between the driving and driven member is always 10:1. That means, for example, if the engine is running at 1000 rpm, when it is in the top gear, the engine and the gearbox output shaft both are runs at the same speed, but the rear wheels always runs at less than the speed of the engine, because in the differential there is a constant reduction in speed. Okay, that it may be 5:1. For example, if the engine is runs at 1000 rpm, the rear wheel may always, maximum speed of the rear wheel may be around 200 rpm. There is a constant reduction to increase the torque in the rear wheels. And again, the next thing is when we connect, this is the differential unit used in the rear axle or the driving axle. Here, this is the bevel pinion. It is connected to the gearbox output shaft. Then from this bevel pinion, the power is transmitted to the crown wheel. These two are perpendicular to each other, and there is a constant reduction in speed between these two. Again, if you connect the crown wheel directly to the rear wheels, driving wheels, when the vehicle is moving the straight height position, then both the wheels are rotating at the same speed, because the diameter of all the wheels are same. Then the distance traveled by each wheel is same when the vehicle is moving in the straight line. Whenever you want to take the turn, then in that case, the inner wheel and the outer wheel, that is the distance traveled between the inner wheel and the outer wheel. Okay, yes, not same. The inner wheel travels less speed, less distance compared to the outer wheel. Then there must be, suppose if we connect this pinion directly to the crown, in turn the crown is directly connected to both the rear axles, then your both the wheels are runs at the same speed, but at the time of taking the turn, in the same time, the distance traveled by each wheel is different. Then the inner wheel may start skidding. To avoid the skidding of the inner wheel, we want to make these two wheels, inner wheel and the outer wheel, to run at two different speeds. That means the inner wheel speed has to be reduced compared to the outer wheel, because the distance traveled is different. For that purpose, to vary the difference in speed between the inner and outer wheel, we are using a differential unit. The function of this is the differential unit. Pinion is connected to the crown. In turn, the crown is connected to the cage. This part is cage. Then the cage is connected to the differential unit. That differential unit consists of two sun gears. Each sun gear is connected to the two separate rear axles, right wheel and left wheel, and these two sun gears are connected to planet pinions. There are 2 or 4 planet pinions over there. When the pinion is rotating, dual pinion is rotating, crown is rotating, for example, in clockwise action, then when the vehicle is moving in the straight ahead position, then both the wheels are running at the same speed. At that time, there is no relative movement between the planet gear or sun gear. There is no relative movement, but whole unit differential is runs at in the same direction with the same speed, both the axles, but there is no relative movement between any of the gears in the differential. But whenever the vehicle is taking a turn, then the resistance offered to the inner wheel is more, then the speed of the inner wheel is gradually reduced, then at the same time the outer wheel speed has to be increased. But in this, the mechanism used is, for example, the inner wheel speed, when the vehicle is moving in the straight line, both the wheels are running at 1000 RPM. Okay? That is, crown wheel speed is 1000 RPM. Then both the wheels are running at the same speed when the vehicle is moving in the straight ahead. Whenever the vehicle is taking a turn, suppose this is the inner wheel, if the vehicle is taking the left turn, this is the outer wheel, then the inner wheel speed. Example, this is from 1000 RPM, if it is reduced to 750 RPM, then whatever the reduction in speed of the inner wheel is added to the speed of the outer wheel. For example, it is 250 RPM is added to this, then the outer wheel is runs at 1250 RPM compared to the inner wheel speed of 750 RPM. For example, here if you apply the brake completely to the rear wheel, inner wheel, if the inner wheel speed is 0, then the outer wheel already it is rotating along with the crown wheel, it is running at 1000 RPM. Again, when we apply the brake to this speed becomes 0, then that's remaining. This sun gear is stationary. This bevel gear or the planet pinion starts roll over this sun gear and make this right sun gear to again it starts rotating anti-clockwise action. Then it will make this to run at higher speed in the same direction. Then this speed is already 1000 because of crown wheel or the cage. Again, because of rotation of this planet pinion, that speed is increased by again 1000 RPM. Then the outer wheel is totally runs at the speed of 2000 RPM if the inner wheel speed is 0. That means if you apply the brake completely, then there is a speed difference. That is, the outer wheel will runs at double the speed of the crown wheel. But when we take in the gradual turn, at that time the inner wheel speed is gradually reduced. Whatever the speed reduction in the inner wheel, that is added to the outer wheel, then there is a difference in speed exists between these two wheels. That means the outer wheel will travel at more distance compared to the inner wheel at the same time because there is a difference in speed between the two wheels, that is the inner and outer wheels. Okay, that is the function of the differential. That is, at the time when the vehicle is moving in the straight line, both the wheels are running at the same speed as that of the crown wheel. There is no relative movement exists between the gears used with the differential, but at the time of taking the turn, naturally the inner wheel speed is decreased. At the same time, the outer wheel speed is increased by the same amount, then the speed difference exists between these two wheels. That is the function of the differential. The rear axle unit, Banzo type of rear axle unit belongs to Jeep. Okay, it consists of Banzo type axle and it has having two rear off axles. This one rear axle with external splice. It is measured with the sun gear. Measured with the sun gear in the crown wheel, and again here this is connected to the hub, rear wheel hub. Okay, and here this mainly the differential unit mainly consists of the crown wheel and pinion. Okay, that this pinion is connected to the gearbox output shaft. Okay, it is running at the speed when the vehicle is in the top gear. The pinion speed is equal to the speed of the engine, and it is connected to the crown wheel, then the difference in speed between these two, or the gear ratio between these two, normally used in light motor vehicle is around 5:1. For example, it is having 10 teeth, this may be having 50 teeth. Then it is used to transmit the motion between the two shafts when they are perpendicular to each other. For example, this axis and this crown wheel axis both are perpendicular to each other. For that, normally we are using bevel gear and pinion. And this crown wheel, we are normally using the differential is connected to the crown wheel, and in this differential it mainly consists of two sun gears. These two sun gears are connected to the rear axle, okay, and these two sun gears are also connected through the cage. For example, this is the cage, this cage is connected to the differential, and inside this cage there is a spider, okay, this cross member we call it as the spider assembly. These are all the bevel gears, okay, these two are the sun gears. In a differential unit, the minimum components required are one spider, two sun gears, and 4 or 6, any number of bevel gears are used. And when the vehicle is moving in the straight line, okay, this crown wheel is rotating in, for example, in the clockwise direction, then whole unit along with the entire assembly, differential unit is also runs at the same speed in the same direction. There is no relative movement between either the sun gear or bevel gears. There is no relative movement when the vehicle is moving the straight line. But whenever the vehicle is taking the turn, at that time the inner wheel speed is reduced. At that time the outer wheel speed increased because of rotation of the bevel gears.
Start, sir.
This is the cut section model of a differential unit of four-wheeled vehicle, light motor vehicle, and here it consists of rear hubs, okay, differential unit. In the differential unit, this is the crown wheel. Then this crown wheel is connected through the pinion to the gearbox output shaft, and again here make it to understand the function of the differential. For example, if you apply the brake to the inner wheel, suppose if you keep this inner wheel stationary, and if this crown wheel starts rotating, then that outer wheel is rotating at the double the speed, because there is a relative motion exists between these two. For example, this, when the crown wheel is rotating, then when the crown wheel is rotating, okay, then there is a relative motion exists between the planet pinions and the sun gear, then the outer wheel is runs at higher speed, then double the speed. If we apply the brake gradually, then also there is a difference in speed exists between these two axes. Okay.